We saw in previous session about the fundamental stuffs of Kotlin, and even we saw how we can use those, how we can actually implement those stuffs in Android Studio. Okay, we built, the speaker had built the simple layouts and stuff. So today, what we'll be doing is we'll be building an complete app. Uh, I'll show you guys the app. So it will look similar to this. This is in the light theme. Okay, and this is in the dark theme. So we'll be building app something like this. In this process, we'll be learning the scrollable list thing, and even how we can put the colors, like for light mode separate, and for dark mode we can put a separate color palettes. And even we'll see how we can do it interactive, in the sense, if I click on this here, you guys can see the drop down menu. When I click on that, how it will show the, you guys can see here how it will show this about stuff. Okay, this is like a drop down interactive option for us. So we'll do that. We'll do that stuff also. We'll learn about animation stuffs. Okay, so this is what we are building up today. Let's get started with the Android Studio. Okay. So first thing is like, you guys need to build a project. That is, go to the file section. Go to the file section. Just click on new, and then new project from here. So after going to the new project, click on this empty compose activity. I hope you guys have installed the Android Studio. And then click on the next and give the name of the name, something like woof app or something. You're creating something like woof app, or give any name it's like up to you guys, what you want to name it. And then yeah, just click on the finish option. I have already created that stuff, so I won't do it again. So we'll get started with this. So now the thing is where you guys will run this app. So we have two options for that. One is like, we'll be having emulators. Okay, we'll be having a virtual screen, like a virtual phone in the Sync Android Studio, or else you guys can use the physical, which is a normal device, Android device. You can connect it through the USB cable, and by going to the developer options, you guys can enable the USB debugging mode, from where when you click on that USB debugging mode, there will be some changes over here. That is, your phone name will pop up over here, and then whenever you run this code, it will install the app on your phone and it will run over there. Like, it will show up there. So okay, that's how you connect actually. And then okay, we'll go through the app building process. Okay. So this is how we have the normal snippet code of the app. So here it's like whatever stuffs or functions we give here will be our actual UI stuff. And then in composable, it's like the main motive of the composable, this Jetpack Compose is like, we are creating the functions. I mean, we are creating the UIs using the functions. Okay, using composable functions. We'll be creating a UI. Actually, functions, we most of the time we might have used for giving some interactive modes, like building some functions over that or stuff. But here we'll be more focusing on the UI stuffs. Okay, so it's like this function, even it will be having an interactive mode, but yeah, apart from that, even these composable functions are used for the building up of the UI. Okay, so this column is like mostly for the preview mode. So preview mode is something like, in composable files you'll be getting something like this. Okay, this is the design palette. Like, whatever changes you make over here, it will show up here. Like, it will show up similar to how it will show up on your physical device. So okay, it's similar to that. And then yeah, that whole code you need to put it over here. That is in the preview option. It will, the changes will affect over here. Okay, and another thing is, here you'll be putting the function UIs, I mean the functions, composable functions, which you want to actually see in your physical device. Okay, there are like two methods you can do that. This is just for reference, you can say. Okay. And then, yeah, this is a normal snippet code. If you guys can see it, see a function greeting. They have passed a string, and we have text block where we are printing the name. Okay, in the name, what we are, as a parameter, we are passing the Android. So it's showing up here, hello Android. Okay, so this is not that cool as per me. So I'll do it like bit cooler in the sense I'll just add up one cool feature that is show system UI is equal to true. So this will make a preview similar to our mobile view. Okay, let it render here. So you guys can see here this is similar to our Android device. Okay, so it's here we have got here hello Android is printing the text from here. Okay, now we'll just move on to the app what we are building. So see, this is how our app looks like. So first we have the top bar section, and then we have the scrolling list. Okay, list of, and there is like small cards over here. Okay, several cards which is scrollable actually. That is vertical scroll, and then we have the top bar. So what we'll be doing this first and foremost we need the data. Okay, suppose say we need this thing, images of this name and those all stuffs we will be needing it. So we have already sent that in a group as a zip file. You guys can extract that and just open that stuff, and I'll say you what all you need to copy from that. Okay, so I'll just move. Oh, so this is that resource folder. Okay, in this images section we have all these images. Okay, just copy it from here. Yeah, just copy it and go to your Android Studio. Go to your navigate through the drawable folder and just right click on this drawable and then paste it. Click on OK. See, you'll have the several images over here, all those images of those dogs. Okay, so yeah, we have done the images part. Now we'll go to the okay colors. So I have already said to you guys that we'll be building for the light mode and even for the dark mode thing. So we need a proper color palette for that. So I have the color pattern for this. Okay, just open this, copy this whole thing. It's for both like light theme we have some sort of colors, and for dark theme. Okay, so just go to your Android Studio. In this UI.theme, just navigate through the color.kt, that is Kotlin file, and then just paste it over here. Okay, so we have colors for light theme, and even we have colors for the dark theme. Okay, so next is like next go to this. Okay, next is like theme. So just copy this. Just go to Android Studio and navigate through themes and just update this thing. Don't use this stuff. I see you guys what is happening here. Okay, the thing is first we are adding those colors. Okay, we are defining some variables for that, and we are giving the hexacode value for that. Like this will hold this particular color like that. Okay, in this color.kt we are in color.kotlin file we are doing that actually. So this is for separate for light theme and separate for the dark theme. And then we have this theme. Okay, the theme, uh, see, this is for dark color palette and this is for light color palette. Okay, so we have added those as like, see, for light we need some background stuff, we need some on surface what all we'll be needing, and primary secondary colors. So for that we have arranged it in like some sort of variables. Okay, we have given that a sort of colors separately for light and dark theme. Why we have done this is because suppose say this is the color. Okay, this is the top bar background color. Okay, suppose say I gave it white directly. I said that I want this background color to be white. Then when I switch to the dark mode, at that time again it will be the white itself. Okay, and it won't change as per the dark mode and the light mode if you give it directly the colors. So for that reason, we'll be giving it on a separate basis. That is like we'll be forming the color palettes. Okay, suppose say I gave this background as the color which I have in the background. See this color. Okay, so when it is in dark mode, it will take the cyan 900 color. But when it is in light mode, at that time it will choose out this color. So this is how color palette theme works, and how you can put down several different colors inside the two different color palettes. That is light and dark theme. Okay, so this is about light and dark theme. uh, okay, we have updated some stuff. Mm, hmm. So now we'll be going throughout the UI stuff. Okay, how we'll build this UI. So first I'll be having one function which will hold this whole screen. Okay, this whole screen UI, and inside that function I'll be passing one top bar function. Okay, one top bar function. Another one will be the scrollable list. Okay, two functions I need to put it together inside this whole UI function. Okay, so now I'll be creating the three functions. Okay. So I'll remove this stuff. We don't need this greeting anymore. Okay, just remove from here and even here. Okay. So now create the function. That is function we can create using the fun keyword, and then just give the name of that. I'll say like dog dogs or dogs detail screen or something. The function name, and then and one more thing to note here is, without adding the annotation of composable, you guys can't use the composable function. That is, you guys can't create the UIs of Jetpack Compose. So composable is must in this, that you guys need to remember whenever you guys are uh, creating a function. You guys need to remember about that stuff. And then, as I said, I'll be creating function about the top bar thing, the top app bar, which is this top app bar I'll be creating. And then one more will be the scroll list. I'll be creating another two functions. Okay, that will be move top bar, and same here, add compatible connotations. And then I'll be creating another one, another function. This will be styling task, something box, uh, list scroll or something like this. So we have successfully created three functions. Okay, this will hold the top bar, and this will be holding the scrollable list. Okay, which will be adding out over here. Until here there will be a top bar thing, and then inside we'll be adding those both inside the main screen. Okay, this main screen. So how we'll be actually adding it over there is, uh, so you guys might have known the layout stuff. Okay, in previous session we did with this layouts and all. So see, so by using the column layout stuff, you can arrange the components or the text, button, checkbox, radio buttons, anything it might be. You can even it can be an image, icons and stuff. You can arrange it in this fashion. For column, you'll be arranging it one above another like in this fashion. That is vertical alignment, and then row it will be horizontal. Okay, this is how you arrange the column and row stuff, like how you will be arranging the UI layouts. Then yeah, see, moving on to the top bar. See, first we'll create the top bar. Okay, so in top bar we can see this is arranged in the row fashion. That is, first we have the image, and side of that we have the text. This is similar to this layout. So by using the row layout, we'll be creating this top bar. Okay. So go to this function top bar. So So we're using the row layout. So I'm getting an error as it's not imported. Every time you need, like you need to import this. Okay, whenever you're using the row or anything, any keyword, you guys need to import it. Import it. So for that, I'll just be pressing Alt Enter. Okay, and it will import that row for us. Okay, so now we can put down our code. We can put down our what is it, image and text inside this row. So yeah, for that we'll be using image attribute, and inside this I'll be passing where my image lies. So that you can do it by using painter resource. Okay, we'll say where's the id. So id is actually nothing but you're saying where it's actually located in your project file, in your projects, this file where it's actually located. So you guys know that it's located in resource folder. So for that, capital R dot, it's in drawable. It's in drawable. So choose the drawable thing, uh, drawable, and then we have the logo thing. Okay, that's the logo. So uh, just click on logo. Description, you can put anything, you can put it as null also, but try giving some description. It's like good practice to give the description of what that image is actually. Okay, and then after that, what we have a text. Okay, so we'll be adding a text here. The text is nothing but something okay. So this top bar I'll be passing to our doc details screen, which will be arranged in a column manner. As we can see, we have a stop bar and then the scrollable list, right? So for that reason, we'll be arranging it in column manner. Okay, so using the column layout, what I'll be doing is I'll be putting this move top bar function, that is this UI stuff, putting it over here, and finally I'll be putting this main screen UI, this preview, and also here so that I can see it in my physical device too. So I'll just build and refresh. Let's see whether there is some changes here. Okay, so you guys can see we haven't provided any width and all stuffs for that. So we are getting something like this. We have one logo, it's arranged in a row manner, and we have something like rooftop bar. Okay, now what I'll be doing is the row which is there, okay, this row, it will take the whole width of the screen. Okay, that should take whole width of the screen so that we can align this properly over here. Okay, so for that reason we'll be using the modifier stuff. We'll be using modifier attribute, and this modifier has a class which will have several properties, that is fill, max size, max width. We have a size, padding, and all stuff. So for now I want to fill the max width of that. Okay, so I want this whole top bar to take the whole screen width. Okay, so now this row will take the whole screen width, and then what we'll be doing is we'll be adding background to for that. Okay, so now we have background property on which we'll be adding background. So for that you need to as it's in color palette, you guys should access through the material theme class. Inside that you have colors, color accordingly, like however you guys want it. Okay, just that you should know the X value and all. Okay. For now you guys can follow this stuff. and then yeah, we have added the background over here, and then what see, okay, we have added the background. Then I'll begin some padding over here as it is like too much aligned towards here top edge. So I'll be giving bit padding over here. So I'll be giving padding. So it will be something like 8. So this is a unit for that PP. Okay, you can just import that by pressing Alt Enter. Just to build refresh. Okay, now we have got some sort of padding over here, and this row is taking this whole width. As you guys can see, it's taking the whole width, and we have some sort of padding over here. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll just maximize this image a little. Um, yeah, we'll maximize that image. For that, we'll be using the modifier. Modifier. We have a size property, and do something like 65 dp or something. 65 dp. And then I will some sort of padding also to that image, okay, so that it aligns there well. Then build and refresh. Okay, so yeah, now the snap icon. It's like almost like 65 dp, and yeah, now the now we'll do one thing is like we need to increase this font size, and even we should make it a little bold as we have it over here. Okay, so we'll do that stuff. To font size, font size property, then font size. Uh, Font size you can give it directly. So I'll be giving something like uh, 20. So only for font as a different unit, you shouldn't give the DP over here, as it will throw an error if you use the DP over. For other stores, you guys can give the DP unit, but only for the font, you should give the SP unit itself. Okay. So I'll even add the font weight so that it's like bit bold. Uh, Font weight dot bold. So now let's see how it's aligned. So see here, we have this as a bit bold. Okay, but there's one issue with this, that is this is aligning too much to the top. Okay, so for that we have something called as vertical alignment inside the row. Okay, uh, we have vertical alignment inside our row layout where we can assign the alignments. Here you guys can see alignment and then center vertically. What it does is, this is the row block, right? Inside this, whatever is there, it will align it vertically to the center. Okay, center of this surface. So I'll just, yeah, yes, alignment center vertically. And then I'll just pull down refresh. Yeah, so you guys can see this is how it looks. Okay, so now I'll do one thing, that is, instead of this preview, I'll just connect it to my device so that it's like well visible with the all color palette differences and all stuffs. Okay, so I'll be using that my device for that. Uh, so wait a sec. Okay, So yeah, it's okay. I connected my device over here. I'll just run this app. Okay. Initially, it will take some time, and even it will ask for the allowance, like whether you want to install this app, like allowance or denying. That option it will ask at the beginning, and then later on it won't ask. And every time you run, there will be a changes. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So we have. This is in actually my phone is in dark mode, so it looks something like this. So till now we have built something like this. Okay. So this is actually how it looks. So we have finished with the top part. Now the thing is, we'll be going with our list thing. Okay, we'll be implementing the scrollable list. So for that, I have in that zip file, I have given the detail stuff, right? Top detail files. In that, I want you guys to just copy this, and paste it out here anywhere. So yeah, I'll see you guys what this is. So currently it's throwing me error. This is basically the objects which I have created of a particular class. Okay, it's just an instance of a class that is an object which I have created, but currently I haven't created any class. So for that, it's throwing up an error. So this is like a special type of class called as a data class. Okay, we seeing it here. So see, what is data class? So data class needs to have at least one parameters in its constructor, and all constructor parameters should be marked with val or var. Okay, so we'll be having set we'll be passing the set of parameters, that is our actual data we'll be passing. It will act almost as a constructor, that is a primary constructor. Okay, so we don't actually have a body class body over here. We are just passing the parameter. Okay, so in date while defining a data class, we'll actually what a class means, we are defining the blueprint. Okay, actually we are creating the blueprint so that we can create the object similar to with regards to the blueprint of that class. Okay, so by seeing the class how it is like that, that will act actually as a blueprint. Okay. By seeing that, we'll be passing some sort of values, that is, we'll be creating each object, and we'll be passing like image, name, and then the age, and then hobbies. Okay. So now, see, as you guys can see here, we have an object which takes four parameters. Yeah. See, you guys can see out here. Uh, Okay, so this particular card over here, the card which is inside here, is take. We need for data. That is one. We need a image, the name, age, and one is the hobby stuff. Okay. Currently, you guys can't see it over here, the hobby section, as we'll be doing it interactive. Okay. So whenever we'll be clicking on this drop down menu, we'll be getting that hobby stuff. Okay. So currently we'll have those uh, four data inside this whole list. So for that we need to create a class called as the same name, the same class name you need to give, and inside that we'll be having parameters. That is, not, for now we need four parameters. One is like we need image. Okay, image is of type int. I'll see you guys why it's of type int later on. So name we know that it's obviously a string value. Okay, so you can see from here it's a string value, and then we have age, that is the integer value. Okay, we are giving it in terms of the numbers, that is integer, and even the hobbies is like it's of the type string. Okay, So we have successfully created the blueprint, that is the class, and according to that we created several objects. Okay, each object will hold this four data inside that. And see, actually how we used to initialize the object. We used to do it by like something like val some object one, and then equal to the this class. Actually we used to do by that technique. Here, as it is a data class, okay, we are not doing it by that technique. Uh, and one more thing is like we have several details over here, like several objects over here. So for that reason, what we are doing is we are creating one variable called as doc details. Inside that, we'll be passing the whole list of the objects, so that whenever we are creating a card like this. Okay, whenever we are creating a card like this, uh, the each object will hold this information of this particular each card. Okay, so that each object over here, no, each object over here will be carrying the four information which we will be needing to create a each card. Okay, this is how details. I mean, we have docs details. And then yeah, now we'll be constructing the docs list role. Okay, before that we need a function. We need a function which will create the UI of this card, right? So for that we'll be first creating the card thing. Okay, so it will be something like composite or composable from this function. uh, Docs details are I'll be needing the key parameters for now. Okay, this part we'll see it later on. That is the hobby part. For now, we'll be needing three information. That is, one is the image, another one is the name, and another one is age. Okay, so first we'll see that we'll pass the image. We'll pass the image to be of the type int, and the name which will be of the type string, and uh, the age which will be of type integer. Okay. So these two are the parameters which we will need to create the card. Okay. So now we'll be creating UI of the card. Okay. So UI of the card looks something like this. Forget about this portion we and focusing on that now. So this will be only focusing on this part. Okay, so now here it's arranged in row fashion, something like this row layout stuff. Okay, see, first we have image, then we have text blocks, that is two text blocks. Okay, and then we have this icon we'll see it later on. So for now we'll see this image and then this text blocks. But here there are two text blocks which are arranged in column layout inside the row layout. Okay, so the thing is we have here one row layout. First we have image, then we have text blocks, and that text blocks is arranged in this manner, that is column manner. Okay, so we'll code for that. uh, okay, so first we have row layout. Okay, first we have row layout. Inside that we have an image. uh, will be like blank. Okay, then we have column. Okay, inside that we have two text attributes. This is how the parents are. Okay. First we have a row. Inside that we have image and this text block, and then these two text blocks are arranged in column as a column layout. Okay, so now we'll be just modifying this stuff. Okay, For now, we'll be giving some random default value so that we can see the card layout. And then later on, we'll be passing the actual details from the list. Okay. So now we'll be just giving the random values. Uh, so here we have text. But, just copying out the name itself. This will be the name, and then here we have the age thing. But here age is in integer format. But see here it's like 7 years old. So we are actually getting only the 7. That is only the integer we are getting out here. But we need to add on this. This will be doing it by using the concatenation. Okay. So what I'll be doing here is I'll be writing intervals old, and then in front of that I need to add the integer which they'll be passing from here. Okay. That is the age, and that we'll do using the dollar symbol. So dollar age and the years old. Whenever age like 10 or something 20 will be passed over here, this text it will update in terms like 20 years old. So this is how we concatenate the integer and string. You can concatenate anything using this dollar and then passing the variable. Okay. So we have done this thing. Okay, now we'll just put that card over here so that we can just see that stuff and just update its alignment and all. Okay. So yeah, it's taking the parameters. So for now, as I have given default value, so I will just passing some random stuff. Okay, like random doesn't matter there because here I have given the default values here. I have given the default value name and also that doesn't matter. Only this age will matter, I guess. Yeah, only age will matter here because age uh, I'll be passing out 12 here, and here we are taking the age in the text, so it will update as 12 years old. Okay, so we'll run this code. We'll check how it's aligned. Okay. So yeah, we'll just run this code. Okay, see here. The thing is, we have the image and then we have the two text, but here I didn't mention anything that we need the image of this particular width, or I haven't hard coded yet. Okay, so for that reason it's aligning in this way, like it's taking its original the size of it. So for that what we'll be doing is we'll be giving the actual size of this symbol. Okay. So we'll just go to the row block, and then using the modifiers, what I'll be doing is using the modifiers, which I'll be calling this max or fill max width method. That is this dog detail, the single card should take this whole width. Okay, and then what I'll be doing is I'll be giving some sort of padding for that so that it aligns well. And, yeah, this much is enough. And then for the image I need to give the width for it, so that I'll give using modifier dot size property. Using this size property I'll be giving the actual value. Okay, so here also I'll be giving something like 65 dp, and then we'll be giving the padding over here, and that will be something like 8 dp. And then see, as we have seen here, the image isn't circular shape, right? So but here it's like, see, we have this square shape. So for that we'll be using a clip method. Inside the modifier we'll be using the clip method, from which we can cause the shape of that. Okay, so I'll say we need a circular shape. Circular shape. So that will okay. So this clip method, what it will take is, it will take the circular shape thing, and then it will create this image in a circular manner. Okay, so we'll just run this and we'll see now how it's aligned. So you guys can see here how it's arranged here. It's in a circular manner itself. But the thing is, we have a particular height and width for that image, so it's not aligning it properly in terms of the circle. So for that reason, what I'll do, I'll crop this image so that it can fit throughout this whole content. Okay, and it will give the exact circular, it will look exact circular shape. Okay, so for that, what I'll be doing is, I'll be using content scale, and then this content scale. See, I have an option for the content scale to crop this image. Okay, crop in the sense, what it will do is, it will zoom out this image. Okay, and it will align it in a circular manner. So we can run this. See here, we have got the circular image. Okay, so if you guys want to see how it's arranged, actually how the alignments are done for like another card or something, you guys can just uh, go over here and just copy this stuff, just paste same, and just run it. So see here, you guys will be getting how it's actually aligned, and it will be in terms of the list and all. Okay, so now image part is done. We'll get into the this font size and stuff. Okay. So see, we want something like this. The name should be bold, and this should be a regular font weight, and the font size also should be small. Okay. So we'll be going to this text. We'll be going to this text, and I'll be adding the font weight. Here, font weight property. I'll be adding the font weight, and then I want it to be bold. So we have the font weight bold for that name, and then I'll just add the color to it. But I take it from the material fonts for that color. This time I'll be taking for this on surface color, which, yeah, I'll be taking the on surface color is good for this. Then I'll be choosing the take the font size, that is 17 sp, and then for this text, what I'll be doing is, I will find the color. This will also hold the same color. be giving the font size for this as 12. Uh, so if we run this now, see we have got this name in terms of old, okay, and even the sizes are varied here. Okay, so now we need to arrange it properly. So this is like totally aligned to the top right. So for that, what we'll be doing is inside column we'll be giving some sort of padding. Okay, we'll be giving some sort of padding. Wait a sec. Okay, so we'll add the modifier for this. We'll add the padding over here. This column, we'll be adding some sort of padding so that it is not aligned totally to the top of that. Okay, so we'll be adding horizontal padding of 5 dp, and then vertical padding of almost 6 dp. Then what we'll be doing is, yeah, we'll just run this. See here, now it's like properly aligned. Okay, but now one thing we need to do is we need to give the see, we have separate color for the cards, right? So we need to give the separate color. For that, what we'll be doing is, and I want this part, I mean this card, to be bit elevated from the surface. Okay, bit elevated, so it should have that cool design stuff. So for that, I'll be using something called as card layout, and I'll be putting this row, okay, whole row inside this card, and then inside this card with the help of modifiers, with the help of so with the help of modifiers, I'll be adding some sort of padding, maybe ATP. You guys can try with trial and error methods, like how much padding should be given. And then I want this card to have see the rounded shape at the corners. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be using the clip method. This time I'll be using something called as rounded corner shape. Okay. In that method, I'll be passing how much like how much I'll be passing the units in dp, like how much rounded shape I need for that. Okay, you guys can do it according to your wish, like how much you guys need to give. For now, I'll be giving in dp. Okay, so I just run yeah, and one more thing is yeah, we'll be giving an elevation. Okay, for this that is something like 5 dp elevation, that it's like bit up from the ground background surface. Okay, so this card is like it's bit elevated from the background surface. Okay, so we'll see. Yeah, see here. So you guys might be wondering how this color changed, as I haven't given any property of the colors. So this is because the card has a unique function which will take the color which is in our surface. Okay, to choose the surface color as a default directly. Okay, so if you guys want to give the some different colors, you guys can give it, but as a default it will take uh, the surface color, that is this thing, cyan 700 thing. Okay, so we have now, cards. Okay, so now the thing is we need to create a list of this, that is we had all the data stuffs over here. So this list we need to pass it to the each, and we need this single object. With this single object we'll be building this single cards, and we'll be having the list of those. Okay, so for that I have separate function called as a dog list scroll function. Inside that, how I'll be implementing the vertical scrollable list is, first I'll be going through this uh, lazy layouts in compose, like how much layouts with lazy layouts we have. One is like the lazy column layout, and one is like lazy row. This is like scrollable, it's like vertical scroll. Okay, and this is like horizontal scroll. And this we have the grid section that we'll see in the later. uh, we'll be focusing in today's session about these two. Okay, so see, this is how the row alignment, that is the lazy row layout works. Okay, so this is how it works. It is like horizontal scrollable. Okay, and then lazy column, that is what we'll be implementing today for this app. Okay, so this is how the syntax is. So we'll have the lazy column layout. Inside that, see, if you're giving a single item, then you can say that, yeah, I have one single item, and you can pass the function, that is whichever the card function which you have created. Okay, but here I have multiple items to pass, and here inside that it takes a parameter, that is it will take the list of those objects. Okay, and within the single each item in this item list, that is each object in that object list, I'll be passing to the card layout which I have created now. I'll be passing it over here, as I have three variables, that is three data to be given from this each objects. See here, this each object is holding the image resource, where it is like location of the image resource. It's holding the name, age, and hobbies. So for now, in that card I'll be passing three values of the each card, and with that each object I'll be creating, with this each object I'll be creating each card. Okay, each this type of card. Okay, so for that I just need to use the lazy column layout. Lazy column layout. Inside this lazy column layout, we'll be passing some sort of padding, so that it's not too much aligned to the one side or something. So for that I'll be passing. There is a method called padding values, where we can give the padding. Here we don't make use of modifier to give the padding actually. This is the content padding. Okay. And then we have vertical arrangement. So I want, so see, this is obviously the lazy column will be in the vertical manner. So it will be in the vertical arrangement form, right? So for that I need some space to be given out here. So for that I will be saying vertical arrangement and arrangement of space, vertical arrangement of arrangement of space between I'll be using, so that I can give some sort of space after the each card. Okay, so next what we'll be doing is we'll be using modifier to just add the colors, the background color stuff. Okay, This will be carrying this whole UI, right? This whole scroll with list will have this whole UI. So what I'm doing, I'm just adding this background color over that scrollable list. Modifier dot background. I'll access the material theme class inside that colors, and then just the background color. So inside the body of lazy column, what we'll be doing is we'll be see, as per this syntax, we have items and we'll be passing the list of the data. Okay, so we'll be doing that. We have items and then we'll be passing the list. What the list which we named it. Okay, this is doc details. Just copy that and this this list will be passing inside this. Okay, and then I need a single. Okay, you guys can write item. Just import this item check. You ask for an input. Just import, just import that items. Okay, so now in this we have added the list, and this what it specifies is in this list the each object. So this each object's data. So first of all, we'll be passing the whole list itself. This whole dog list will be passing out inside that items, and in that list, we'll be choosing each list. That is each objects we'll be choosing, and inside that will be we have the four the data. Okay, the image, thing, name, and this will be passing it to the as card function as a parameter. So we have a card function. So we'll be passing over here of details card. So image, nothing but the item. Okay, this is an object item dot image with the help of this item keyword. We'll be accessing the image, that is each object's image, name, age, and the hobby. Okay, so then I'll be putting a name, and then I'll be passing the age. So we have successfully done this thing. We'll be passing the stuff from here, the image and all. So here, um, to just check our this just check the UI of the card, we had passed the default values. Right from here, we had passed the default values, that is here. Uh, this thing we had passed the default values. So now what we'll be doing is, as we are passing it from there, we'll be updating with this variable. Thus image will be holding that drawable resource, like where it is, and this name will have the dog's name, and then age. The age we have already given it here, so we'll be updating this with the name. And then for this image I have directly given any particular image at that time. So now what I'll be doing is I'll just give this image. Okay, exactly. Because that will be holding the the drawable resource of that file. Okay, and of that image it will be holding that will be passing it to the as the parameter in the function. Okay, so now what I'll be doing is, so we are done with the scroll list thing. Okay, just that we'll remove this default card stuff and we'll add this whole list. Okay, docs list. Docs list scroll. Okay. So now, so in what we'll be doing is we need a dog details list over here. We will not get this dog details directly. We can't access this directly from here actually. So we need it to be passed as a parameter from here. Okay. So for that, what we'll be doing is I'll create a variable equals dogs. It's a parameter which will be getting from there, and that parameter will hold the list. And this annotation here denotes the generic data type which we need to pass. That is, the list is of which type. So as we know that list is of it type, we have the object that is uh, uh, it's actually holding the object of an class, right? Okay, this data class. So it's of the type this dogs, that is the class name. Okay, so we'll specify a generic data type as the dogs. Okay, and then this dog list will be passing its items. Okay, so now we have an error out here. We gave the list score function, but we didn't add it anything as a parameter. So I need to pass the list parameter over here. So for that, I'll be just adding this list as a parameter to this function. And what this function will do is this dog list will contain the list of those whole uh, list, I mean whole details, and then it will pass to the items, and this items it will, and here what happens is this will help us to iterate over the each object. Okay, will help us to iterate over the each object. So yeah, this is it. We'll run it. It's here. You guys can see here it's updated. So we have a list of that, of the dogs containing each card containing the image, name, and how old it is. So we have the list of that, and uh, you guys can just switch to your light mode and just see how it looks. Okay. So now we got stuff. So okay, you guys can see here the light theme how it looks. So when I switch to the light theme, it looks something like this. Okay, so similar to what we expected, like what we build actually. See, this is actually in the light theme, and the one which I showed earlier, it was in the dark theme. So now what we'll be doing is, okay, so we have built this scrollable thing. Okay, so you guys can see this is a scrollable list we have built. Now what we want to do is we want it to interact. Okay, so whenever I click on this, I want something to drop down like this, and it should hold the hobby section. Okay, so for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be creating separate function for this. Okay, separate function which will hold this about and this hobby thing, and then in this whole card it will be arranged in column manner. That is, first I'll have this whole row, that is this much, like this part of the card, and then whenever I'll click on that, I'll have the hobby section too. So this should be arranged in a row, and this part should be arranged, only this part should be arranged in column. So I'll show you guys how it's actually arranged when we'll be coding it. Okay, so now I'll be building the hobby section. So I name it as function hobby section, and don't forget to add a proposal. Then create this function. Inside that we have the about here about and this hobby arranged in the column as a column layout, right? So yeah, we are using the column layout, and inside that we'll be having two text. We'll be having text. So what parameter we need is we need a hobby parameter from the objects. Each object will carry even hobbies, right? So we want this string to be passed on to this function too. So I'll be creating it will hold that string whichever I get it from the object. Okay. So this is same for all about one, and in this we have to be passing the hobby. This will be passing the hobby, and now okay. Even this hobby section will take on this full width. So I'll using the modifiers, I'll be adding some sort of uh, I'll be using methods like fill max width, like take this whole max width and align it to the same as of this card. Okay, and then uh, I'll be giving some sort of padding. So there we used to give horizontal and vertical. Here we saw horizontal and vertical padding. But now what we'll be doing is, uh, okay, first I'll show you guys how it looks now. So I haven't passed this hobby function yet. So first I need to pass it. Uh, okay. Mhm. So here I said that hobby section and this row whole thing will be arranged in the column manner. So yeah, let's copy this row. Let's add it over here. Okay, here we have the row. After that, we'll be having the hobby section column. Okay, so hobby section column is taking the string, which is the hobby. Okay, so as it's taking a string value, we'll be adding another variable which will hold string, uh, type string, which will take which will be taking from the object each object. Okay, so inside this dot list card I need to update another parameter, which is item dot hobbies. Okay. So now let's just pass this variable hobby. So that will update. Okay. So we'll just run this. So see, you guys can see that it's not properly aligned here. The about section is like going too much at the left side. So for that reason, what it's not properly aligned. So to make it look bit cool, I'll be giving some sort of padding. Okay. So using the padding method here, we have enough padding over the top. So I won't, but we need something like some good amount of padding to the bottom. So I won't be using the horizontal and vertical stuff. Instead, I'll be using top, and giving, and then start. Start is from this side. Okay, less than like from left. There I need to have the enough padding, and then end is here. That is up to you guys. If you do it, and bottom and it's something like 16 GB added. Okay, see it. Now it's looking a bit cool. It's arranged properly now. Okay. So now what we are doing is we want this about to be bit bold. So font weight, using the font weight property, we will be doing it. Font weight dot bold. And here, as this both are the same, have the same font size. Okay, here the font size of the font that is almost like 13. And this one, I'll see how it looks. Okay, see how it looks really cool. So you guys can see I can switch it to the dark mode also. Uh, so yeah, you guys can see it over here. This is in the dark mode. Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to have some. Uh, I want it to do drop down menu, not a static UI like this. I want it to be a bit interactive. Like whenever I click on this stuff, I want some drop down menu to occur. So now it's like we are doing something interactive. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. So for that, what we'll be needing is we need an icon for that. Okay, that is expand less and expand more icon we'll be needing. For that, I'll be creating a separate function. Okay, so that icon I have sent you guys a zip file, right? In that we have a dependency file. Just copy this dependency file and navigate through this Gradle scripts over at the bottom and inside that module, and then in this implementation just paste it and click on sync now. It will take some time to sync. So this is basically we are adding the material icons, this material, so it's basically material icon implementation, right? We'll be using the icons from the material icons. Okay, this is basically that, and then we'll have the we create another function for that so that it can hold that icon. Okay, so we will create another function, function, and then it will be something like I name it as drop down icon. Okay, and then yeah, so we have an icon button. So now we'll be using an button. So this will have an icon button, and then inside this button I need to give the icon. I need to give the icon. So icon will be giving it from the material icon. So for that, to access that, I'll go to the icons as and then field dot. We have many icons over here, but I'll be using expand more. Okay. And then you can like expand just a description of that. Okay. And then what I'll be doing is I'll just add the color for this. For this icon, you can add colors using the tint. Same material theme, we'll be choosing the color. Okay, we'll pick the secondary color now. Yeah. So this drop down icon, I need to put it inside the row, inside the card, where it is inside the row. Okay. So, so when I run this, see, so we have got something like this. So this is actually the button. Okay, this is actually the icon button. Currently, we didn't give any functionality for this. Okay, but the thing is, it's not aligned properly. We want it to be aligned over here. It is almost at the right side of the surface. Okay, so for that, we'll be using a spacer. Okay. Using modifiers, we'll be giving weight, and inside that I'll be passing one line. So what did I actually do here is I choose the weight method. Inside that I give the one left. So this what it does is after this column, like after this text blocks, whatever space is there till the end, it will leave it empty, and at the end it will display this icon. Okay, the icon which is next to the spacer. Like see, we have this UI next after the spacer. So what it does is it will actually place this over the right side, totally at the right side. So we'll just check that out. So you guys can see here at the right side we have this one. So this total we have used the spacer for that, so that we don't have any stuffs here. And this after that which all function is that is aligned at the last. Okay, so we have in some, so now we'll be adding the functionality. Okay, that is on click what should be done. Okay, so now in this docs details card I'll be creating a variable called as expanded. And let me think of explain what is actually. Let's expand this stuff where expanded by, remember inside that we have a function. We need to pass the function which is a mutable list of having the value false. Okay, just we import that. Okay, so it shouldn't be list here. It's like state of not list. Just import that. Okay, import mutable state of. So yeah, we'll resolve the error. Just press the alt enter. Okay, it will resolve that error. So here I'm creating a variable called as expanded, which is actually of the type boolean. Okay, boolean you guys might know it is like it will hold either true or false. So actually what logic I'm building over here is initially the button, the icon button, which it will be in a false state. Okay, so whenever I click on this, I what I'll be doing, I'll change the state to the true state, and By that changes, I'll be uh, giving the this what is that, drop down menu. On that changes, the drop down menu will occur, and if I again click on that, again it will switch to false, and then it will expand less. That is, that drop down hobby thing will go off. So that is how we'll build building the logic. And yeah, see, mutable state of function. So what it actually is whenever the value of the variable, so I give the variable name as updated. So whenever the variable updates, a recomposition is triggered. That is, the UI will recompose. Okay, it will recompose the stuff with the newly updated variables. Okay, so the value of the result is reflected and the UI refreshes. The UI is nothing but the function. Okay, the composable functions. So we have three methods for that. There are total three methods. I have this one. So where uh, the name of that variable I remember, and then mutable state. So this is actually the mutable state function. What it does, it's nothing but, you guys can just think like whenever the value changes, there is something which is occurring. Like there is some functionality which is occurring. Okay. So yeah. So this is okay. I have created the variable. Now what I want to do is, see, now this hobby section. So what I did is mutable state, I did it false. So initially this expanded will be false. Okay. So here what I'll give is in hobby section. I want to open this hobby section only when it is true. So I'm giving my if condition. Inside that I'll be saying that if expanded, expanded, I want hobby section. Else no. Pause, I need not pop up this hobby section thing. Okay, so initially it will be false, and okay, we'll check that. See, initially it is false, so now the hobby section won't show up here. See it, you guys might see uh, there's no hobby section now, because we said like only when it is true, or you guys can give it like expanded equal to true or something, but it's gonna see, even if you give this expanded, it means like okay, if this is true, then I'll do this, I'll create the hobby section event, else I don't want that. So okay, this is how it works. And then see now, okay, it's not functional because we aren't changing the expanded value. Okay, so for now, what we'll be doing is we need to change the expanded value. Okay, so for that, what we'll be doing is we'll be going to the drop down icon. Inside that, I'll be having two parameters. One is the expanded parameter. This will hold the boolean value. Boolean value of what? Boolean value of the variable, which is this. Okay, so it will say to the drop icon that whether the expanded variable is true or false. So whenever I click on this, it should switch to true. Whenever again if I click on the same card, it should switch to false. Okay, so this is the parameter. Another parameter is on click. Okay. So as we have some functionalities to give in this icon. So whenever there is an on click, we need to pass the function of something interactive. Okay, so it should be something interactive function. Okay, that I'll be passing in this on click. That is something like, it's pretty simple. What we are doing is whenever I'm clicking on this, I'm saying like the first initial state of expanded was false. So whenever I'm clicking on this, I'm saying like expanded will be now updated to true, and with and as it is a mutable state, so every time the value of that variable changes, it will update the UI. So we'll be getting the drop down menu. Okay, so this on click I'll be passing inside this icon button. So now we need to pass the two parameters for the drop down icon. One parameter is that expanded, which has boolean. Okay, so for that we can pass directly expanded, and directly pass the expanded, that is this variable. It just specifies that whether it is true or false. Okay, so accordingly we can update the icon over here. Okay, so for that reason we are passing this expanded, and on click what I'll be passing over here is, okay, whenever there is an on click, what I want to do is I just want my expanded variable to be not of expanded. So you guys might know the bit was like not how it works actually. The thing is, if it is a true, so not of true will be false. If it is false, not of false will be true. You guys know that. So okay. So what I'm saying here is whenever so first initial state will be false, right, as I have specified here. So whenever I'll be clicking on that drop down icon, the expanded will become not of the false. Okay, so not of the false is actually true. So according to that, I'll be getting, if it is true, I'll be getting the hobby section. So something like this. Okay, so I'll just run this. So you guys can see here, whenever I'm clicking on this, I'm getting the hobby section. So this is how the mutable state variable works actually. So whenever I'm clicking on that, the expanded will be true, and then what is happening is we are getting the hobby section. So it's for all only. Okay, but one thing we can notice over here is, okay, so we have this pass here. Whenever I'm clicking this expand more icon was there, right? Whenever I'm clicking it, again the same is that. So we want that icon also to be changed to expand less thing. So for that, what we'll be doing is we'll be going to drop down icon stuff. Here, same thing, I'll be doing the if else statement, saying if my expanded, so expanded is true, then yeah, if it is expanded, then I want to expand it less. I want to expand it less, else, or I want to expand it more. Like stop filled or expand more. So we'll just run this. Okay, so we'll have this in a moment. Check it out. Whenever we are pressing on this expand more, this icon is getting updated. That is expand less. Okay, so this is pretty cool. And now, yeah, if you guys want to add animations to it, I have see animations. You don't need to memorize all those stuff. Just that we have a certain set compose documentation where we are having many animations, and accordingly you guys can copy the code snippet, pre-coded snippet of that, and just add it to your wherever layouts, okay, wherever you want to add the animation. So currently I'll be adding a spring animation. I won't emphasize more on that stuff because we have the pre-coded snippet for that. Okay, so if you guys want, if you guys are really interested, I'll be sending you guys the whole documentation of that animations, like compose animation, in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so currently I'll be adding some spring animation which I have already over in this zip file. Okay, so spring animation, I have certain code of that. So what I'll be doing is just going to the column over here in this detail card. Okay, we're just going to this column layout, then using the modifier modifier is equal to its modifier, just copy this. Okay. And then alt enter for all this. We edit technically input. Alt enter. So yeah, this is like pre-code snippets which we have. So you guys no need to memorize and stuff. Just copy from that file. And if you guys want to try out more, I'll be sending it in group. And just yeah, run this. So see here, we'll be having some animation effect, right? Something like we have a spring animation. So this is how we can put animations in our app. You guys can see this. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And if you guys want to see this in light mode, let's switch to that. So see this here. This is in a light mode. Okay, same thing. So this is how we can do our app interactive. So we can use this mutable state variables to do it like more interactive and all. Yeah, this is pretty good. So I guess we have built the complete app, I guess. So if you guys want to build APK of this app and showcase to your friends or something, then just go to this build over here, and then we have build bundles. In that, click navigate to build APKs. So there will be create a build running, and it will take some time. Because we can open with this. It's taking too much time. I don't know why today is taking too much time to build just an APK. So yeah, it's built. Just locate it, the where actually it is. Click on locate. So inside this we'll have app.debug. So just copy this and just send it to your friends. See that you guys have built some cool stuff. Okay, this is how you can uh, yeah, build a complete app which will work in dark mode and even in the light mode. Okay, so I guess we can wrap up today's session, and I hope you guys learn some things. I know at the start beginning it's like difficult to understand all this stuff. At least some stuff you guys might have understood. So yeah, we'll be ending this session here. Bye.